happened? You seemed like you were off to a good start. Things went bad pretty quickly. Just talk me through what happened.
We started off next to Bill Baird. He got us off the line. We started on the outside. Short bus out across the dry lake, Melville, and all the way out through first pit. We caught a couple guys. We didn't get by them, but we were in their dust. I'm not sure who they were, but it wasn't Bill Baird. Bill Baird had already passed them. But we were real close to somebody coming into pit one, and just right in their dust, and going around the backside of the mountain, headed to Crowbar. The tranny started getting hot, so we started backing it down, and as we were getting about a half mile to a mile away from going up the pass to get to Crowbar, get to the top, all of a sudden turned to go up a hill, and the tranny, it was uphill steep, and it wouldn't climb the hill, so we stopped, rolled back, got out, and tried to figure out what happened, and we found out that the tranny fan, the whole cage area that holds the motor and keeps stuff from getting in the backside of the fan, it had gotten so hot it had melted, and the fan wouldn't turn anymore. So anyways, we had to work on that, and try to get the fan to free up and start to go again, and we got it to where it would move, and we put some tranny fluid, power steering fluid, and Bailey Campbell stopped, gave us a couple quarts of oil. We got all that put in there. And then, we started up and we got going again. Thought everything was good to go. The fan was free. Went all through Crowbar. There was a roadblock in there that we had to deal with for about 10 or 12 minutes. Once it got cleared, we went straight through, no issues. Then we got to Ballerina Rock, and the bypass was blocked, which is definitely the way I wanted to go. I'd never been down Ballerina Rock yet, so... but it was blocked, so I had to go down Ballerina Rock, and I'm like, oh my God, really? I don't want to go that way. I want to take the bypass. I was trying to tell the guy, and Lance says, we got it, let's just go. So I heard people talking about it before the race, about how steep it was, but they were also stopping on it, getting halfway down it and stopping. So that made me feel pretty good. So I just creeped off the edge and basically going as slow as I could, and basically I did the same thing. I stopped. And you're almost perpendicular to the ground, to the earth, and that was pretty cool, because I was prepared for the ass end to come over the top and stand on the gas, but I ended up stopping right at the bottom before you drop off, and it was a piece of cake, but it was quite a feeling to be facing perpendicular to the earth and crispy. I went off that, and everything went good. Went up to pit one. Brevin and the guys up there did a great job checking our tranny fluid level. Tightening up some bolts on the rear diff, I think, were loose while they were there. Topped off the tranny fluid, and sent us on our way. Everything went good. Got into main pit, and same thing. Checked the power steering, we checked the power steering fluid at main pit and topped off the tranny, and they filled the truck full of gas. And when we left there, we just started the second lap, and ended up. All of a sudden, the whole floorboard over here on the driver's side, my feet got covered with oil and everything, and so we had to stop and see what was up, and it was the fitting on the power steering reservoir came loose and dumped all the oil out of it. So we also, earlier in the day, I forgot to mention that part, because this is when we found out that we lost our tool bags. So when that power steering happened, went to the back of the rig and to get our tool bags and get our tools, and we had no tools. So I ended up just tightening the fitting with my hands, really getting it as tight as I can and kind of grabbing on the fitting and get it tight, and filled it back up with power steering fluid, and then we limped it up to the next guy that we could find on the course that was broke, and asked him if he had a wrench, and just so happened he already had the 7/8 wrench out. So he tightened that up for us, and we were on our way, went all the way through the desert. We're just going across the dry lake, got to the other side of the dry lake, started climbing the hills, and the tranny temp went all the way up to 300 degrees, so we backed it down, started cruising, and then all of a sudden in the wash before aftershock it started slipping, so we shut it down as quick as we could. put all the rest of the fluid that we had on it, and then we limped about another mile and started slipping again. We were fortunate enough to break down next to another guy, and he had some more tranny fluid. So, you know, that was it. Everything. You know, I can't thank everybody at Poison Spyder and you know, Larry, McRae, Sherry, the whole Poison Spyder family. Lance Clifford spent a week out here pre-running with me, teaching me the ropes. This is definitely one of the toughest off-road races that I've ever approached to conquer, and I'll tell you what, just finishing this is one thing, and to win it, you know, is even more special, and it makes me respect those people that have won this before even more. I've tried it 2 times now, made it 90 miles one time and about 65 this time, and I'd really love to put something together, keep doing this year after year, and first get a finish, and then maybe we can go for a win. Hey, I want to give a shout out to the Victor Valley four-wheelers. We're actually on a strap right now. They're towing us back to the main pit. When we were broke down, a fairly large group of them came by and jumped out and offered to help us out. And at first, you know, we borrowed oil from them and tried to put it in crispy and get her moving again, but you know, it just didn't work out. So they were very kind and offered to hook us up to a strap and tow us back in. So big shout out to the Victor Valley four-wheelers. We really appreciate you guys for helping us out, and thanks again.